Rob and I, because Rob runs Imperial Virginia Renegades, and here at the Cosmic Portal, I pretty much run this. So we are going to talk to you guys about this movie that everyone seems to be so passionate about, and they want to tell you certain things and how this is and what is a failure. And I've seen two very big influencers, and one who's got a pretty decent following, you know. And I've been listening to some of his stuff, and I'm like, wow, he's done really went political on a lot of his stuff. So I don't really follow him anymore. Um, it's a little sad to see the state that we're in now. Normally, I would be the first one to come on here and I just like, hey, if this movie sucks, it sucks, da 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 da. But I now have seen this wave that is just ridiculously stupid. You're comparing a movie to a movie that came out just before the pandemic that was really boycotted, and you're comparing Solo and The Mandalorian. These are in two different worlds, first of all, as far as time frame, as far as budget, as far as the movie going culture. Back then, you could go to movies and have this great experience. Now, no one really goes to the movies like that. Oh, yeah, you can say Deadpool and Wolverine, first $1 billion movie in a while, right, Rob? Okay. No one else has been able to do that. Mandalorian's budget, it's not even half of some of the trash that they were giving us. I can successfully say though, the over this last 4 days, the movie has made its movie budget money. And then of course you got the people going, well, now you got to add in marketing and all that. Well, let's not forget to add in the merch, because I can tell you now,
Oh my God.
$89 for a bucket, and those buckets were selling.
Yes, we while we were there at the movie theater, we were just watching the buckets go out the door. People just coming in to buy the
That's
AT-AT
right.
and the Mando bust. And we're like, holy
So
crap.
that's what I'm saying. So let's not forget that. But what I found most disturbing was, like I said, you have people, oh, this movie sucks, and I'm like, why does it suck? Because are you expecting this epic original trilogy Star Wars experience? Guys, we haven't had that since the last one back in the 80s. Okay, we haven't had that experience. You can tell me all you want to about episodes 1, 2, and 3. Please, I wasn't there to watch those. I went to the first one. Then they killed off Darth Maul, and I definitely lost interest. And everybody's like, "Well, the last one, yes, everybody wants to see Anakin turn into Vader." I got why everybody rushed out to see that. Then you give me the sequel trilogies, and now everybody hates it. And those of us who hated the prequels went back to the prequels and went, "They're not that bad. I can watch these. They're not that bad." You know what I mean? But to compare this time frame, this movie, to Solo, and act like, oh, it's a failure. There was one critic that actually said Solo was a failure, and this movie didn't make more than Solo did. This movie did not have the budget of Solo. It didn't have the pandemic crisis. No one is going to the movies like they used to anymore. So you can say what you want. This movie is a win.
We were
This
asking people
movie
that were
is
coming
a
out
win.
movies, how they would rate it. And everybody was
Mm-hmm.
giving it either a 9 or 8. We had one person, he was like, I give it about a 6. He said the only reason that is because all Disney's previous stuff jaded him.
You see, and that's the stigmata that they have to get over. You know, I mean, Disney has to understand that you've messed over your fans to the point where we're like, okay, and as much as I love the Mandalorian, I got the tattoos. I've got the tattoo. The thing in the back. I love that, and the hat. I rate the movie an 8. I rate it an 8. You know, I just, I don't get me wrong. The little cutesy stuff that was going on was okay. I really wanted some more action, but I get it. I get it. You're trying to draw in the crowd, the kid crowd. It is a summer blockbuster movie. Kids, you want to keep the kids coming back to see this movie, so I get that. Um, Other than that, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it myself. I give it about 8.5. The only reason I had a problem was the soundtrack. There was a couple songs they threw in there just were not Mandalorian style music. They kind of jarred me out of the movie a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there was a couple little slow spots. Other than that, good story. Wasn't bored. Enjoyed it.
I I saw it in IMAX 3D. Okay, so seeing again, and then I went and saw it again that night with my Star Wars buds, and I'm going to be totally honest. That shit was tight in 3D. I mean, when he throws the the weapon out, it's coming out. When they're standing there are figures actually standing outside of the screen, the ship moving and flying. It was tight. The only thing is, it's a little disorientating because I'm in IMAX 3D, so everything is huge. So then when I got to see it again on the regular screen at a cinema cafe, which was a great experience, because they had Spacha, which is citrus lemonade and Smirnoff. So we got to sip on that while we were watching the movie, so that was great. But I could see now on the flat screen, I could see, without having to be all and wowed with certain things. I was right on point. I was right on focus. The movie seemed to go a little faster this time around. maybe, maybe because you're with your friends. It seems like it's a more funner time or whatever. And everybody says the same thing. It's like 4 Mandalorian episodes, and they just kind of upped it up a little bit, and I'm like, I'm good with that because there wasn't really a slow episode in there, where you get 1 or 2 episodes and then you got that one that kind of ties the story in and slows you down a little bit and then picks up at the end. So, I just wanted to. I had actually taken some numbers, and I kind of wanted to share that with everybody as soon as I can find the right avenue to drop this into. What did you like about the movie the most, though, Rob?
Um, I like seeing Now Hutta
Yeah.
and the one lizard guy. I kind of got the vibe that he was from the uh, extended universe, but they didn't go much into who he was or anything. But he gave me the feel of one of the guys from the story with Princess Leia and Han Solo when the Hutts went after him afterwards. But I'm not sure.
No, he was actually from. I think he was from either Clone Wars or Rebels.
Ah,
That guy. Which
I
I
knew I
mean,
knew him from somewhere.
again, it was one of those things where everybody was excited to see him, but I was sitting there like you. I was kind of like, he's an interesting character. I like the fact that that was another thing that I like. That we know Mando's a badass, right? We know this. We know this. We know this. We know this. We know he's a badass, but this time around, Mando kind of met his match with
Tell
another
me,
bounty hunter.
busted his butt in that role.
Yeah, that dude was taking him to task, and I like that. You've got to give the big bad a little bit of a something to aspire to. So here we go. Here's what I picked up on the 25th, 2018. It opened up for the 3-day weekend: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then on the fourth day, the film had earned 103 million. Globally, 148. Okay? That's Solo. That right there is Solo. So everybody understands that. 148 million globally over the whole holiday. Mandalorian. Da, da, da. Now, see, this is the part that I don't understand. The global debut was the lowest since Disney acquired 2023, trailing even Solo, all right, which opened at 84 million domestically. 84 million domestically. 81 domestically. Right? But see, Solo, it did the same thing, right? However, Solo's 165 million recouped its 165 million budget in just one. Oh, that's the Mandalorian. Mandalorian did that in 4 days. It recouped its budget. And now you want to say that this movie is not a success. It recouped its budget, and I know you have to make 2 times and sometimes 3 times because I kept saying you only have to make 2. And everybody's like, no, you got to make 3. Now everybody's like, no, you only have to make 2. When it's their movie, you only have to make 2. When it's your movie, you have to make 3. Figuring in all the marketing and advertising, they did a lot, but now you have to put in merch. And Mandalorian merch was selling.
Yes.
For anybody that knows anything, it's not just enough to make a movie. Now it's tied to merchandising. You can have a bad movie, but if your merch picks up the slack, they're making another movie.
The theater I was at, they had a row of Mando bus buckets
Yeah.
on a shelf out in the thing, and there had to be at least 12 to 13 on each shelf, and there was 2 shelves of it.
Right?
And the whole time I was there, I watched them refill that whole thing 3 or 4 times, where people were just
So
coming in, buying it, and going out.
I got there. They had the same thing. They had the shelf thing out there in the middle, and I thought that was weird because normally you get everything behind the counter. It was right up there, and boom. By
And
the
they
time
completely
I
sold out
got
of
Yeah,
AT-ATs.
by the time I got out of the, scanning my ticket, because now tickets are on your phone, scan my ticket, I go up there, there's this little kid going, I don't know what I want to get. And I went, I do, excuse me. You know what I mean? Move. Get out my way. I'm not losing my bucket because a kid is indecisive. I'm not losing my bucket. I paid 20 something dollars for one ticket and I had to buy 2. And now I want this bucket. And this kid is trying to decide whether he wants a sip or if he wants a bucket. He lost out because I got that bucket. Don't feel bad about it. Don't care. Don't care. I just don't. So, they sold out because I wanted the popcorn bucket, and they were sold out. So the line, you get up to the line to get your popcorn and stuff, and it says sold out, and then the screen rotates. And we get up there, and CAG goes, "Get you a bucket." I said, "I can't. They're sold out." And the kid, without missing a beat, No, we're not. I'm like, but your sign says, yeah, the sign, no, we have plenty in the back. I said, well, then go get me a bucket. That's how I got my bucket. Now, of course, I said thank you and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? But the sign had said they were sold out. And by the time I turned around going towards the theater, that whole shelf was empty.
I watched a guy buy the last AT-AT. I was like, crap. Well, at least I don't have to spend $90 now.
That was a good thing. So check this out. These are the opening numbers. 3-day weekend. Opening number Force Awakens. All right. When Star Wars finally comes back to the theater, The Last Jedi. Numbers steadily drop. Now, this is the film that just destroyed the franchise. We went from twos to ones. And we're steady falling. We're steady falling. Revenge of the Sith. Then there's Solo, and now there's The Mandalorian. Attack of the Clones didn't do as well as The Mandalorian. Phantom Menace didn't do as well. Now, these, again, think of the time period. This is 1977. 1980, 1983. And we all know how these are big blockbusters. These three. So, in the grand scheme of things, you have to remember where these things were. And you just can't act like. That was one thing that I also learned too when I was watching this film. The movie industry has changed. They're no longer making these epic things anymore. They're trying to do these little sympathetic pieces, so it was nice and refreshing just to see a good old fashioned shoot 'em up. You know, let's do a rescue, let's bomb the place and get out type movie. You know what I mean? Not, the world is at stake. Everything is going to be, because the thing I loved, he was like, we could leave. Eventually, they might hunt us down, and then we'd be right back where we started, or we could finish this. And he's like, do we fight? Yep, we fight. I was like, okay, there you go. So, you know what I mean? It was cool to see that.
And I like that scene where they were like, well, we taking your bucket. We know what you look like now. That's one of the big insults. He was like, well, I could always just kill you.
Yeah, right? I love that part. That was one of my favorite parts. Yeah, well, now I got to kill you. And then when he got his rifle up and he was like, yeah, and he's loading up, he's loading up the shell, and I'm like, whoa, is he really? You know what I mean? And I like that. That was because he had already turned. I don't work for that anymore. I do I work for the New Republic and da 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 da. And they're like, yeah, that ain't no better. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that whole aspect of it. That, like you said, we know we've shamed you. Ha ha ha. And you're like, yeah, you know everything. You see my face. You're right. Unless I kill you,
I also love the
now it's
old
time to
school
die.
battle droids they had for pilots.
Man, wasn't that tight, dude?
Each had their own
And
little style too.
look, let's not forget about Miss Sigourney Weaver. Miss Sigourney Weaver, because
She
you
was
know what I
rocking that
thought.
flight outfit.
Yes, she was, wasn't she? Well, look, there's another thing that I loved about her because when I saw her in Cabin in the Woods, I was dying. I'm like, holy crap! But to see her as Colonel
Mhm.
with her little deck of cards, you know what I mean? That doesn't look like a hut. I told you to take care of the hut. This does not look like a hut, you know. So, and to see her in her own X-wing doing her thing, you know what I mean? And that's the right amount of. I still would have preferred to see Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, you know what I mean? But this to me was a nice little start. Now, movies don't have a big run like they used to. A movie could almost run damn near for 3 months.
Shoot, back in the day,
Um,
they could run for years.
yeah. So I only see this maybe going to July 4th, and then after July 4th, I see them pulling it.
In about a couple months, I'll be on Disney.
Yeah, weeks most likely. What is it like 4 weeks now, 4 to 5 weeks now, and then they pull it. But I think they'll keep it in here just until after July 4th. You know what I mean?
Get that
Oh no,
holiday.
wait a minute. No, no, I don't even see it going that long. To be honest with you, end of June. I think they'll pull it by the end of June. They might, if the numbers keep steady
It
doing
depends
what
on
they're
if
doing,
it
they might.
spikes up some. They might keep it in there longer.
Mhm. But that's the part of this that sucks. Like I said, the movie going experience isn't what it used to be, and you can't hold any of these movies to that standard anymore. And just because Deadpool and Wolverine did that, let's face it. If Star Wars came out and Hugh Jackman came out with a Deadpool Wolverine 2, it's a wrap. I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I am damn sure going to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just, it is what it is. I have my loyalties. Mandalorian will always have a nice little space in my heart. But you see, when it comes to the violence and
And the foul mouth.
yeah, I'm going to go over there versus being cutesy and kitty. It is what it is, you know. So these type of things, these type of expectations that people are putting on there, and that's basically what we came here to tell you guys. Go to the movie if you are a fan of season 1 and 2. Go to this movie. It is not going to win an Academy Award, but it is a fun popcorn movie for the summer. I implore you to go see it. Make up your own mind. Just because I'm telling you to go see it, I'm not saying, this movie's going to change your mind. I'm not telling you that. But what I am saying is this movie is very fun.
Better than anything
Take
else
your
they put out
friends.
lately.
Oh, God, yes. Now, you know what? They I would have to say this and Maul were the highlights so far of my summer. Now
If,
He-Man's getting ready to drop.
if you're going to go see it to see the jacked up putt.
Yeah, he was big when he, you know who he remind me of? Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I love how he
You know,
suplexed everybody.
you know what I mean? He just and then when he rolled himself and whatnot, I was like, damn, okay. So, but again, it's a fun movie, guys. It's a fun movie. I wish Disney nothing more. Well, I wish Dave Filoni and of course Mr. John Favreau all the best. This was great.
As long as they keep things going in this line, it can't do nothing but get better.
Yeah. There's Marky Mark. We invited Marky Mark, but apparently he had something better to do, and you know. Sorry, Mark. Sorry. But no, it was just a great time. I look forward to getting together with you guys and seeing it at one point as soon as I can get me some time. And that's kind of here or there at this point. But there are a lot of events coming up. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you beat because I'm telling you, I'm too. Sunday was not a great experience with my family. Oh my god. It's enough to make you drink. Uh, but I can say this: we all enjoyed it. Everybody in my circle of friends enjoyed it. Even Jim from Yester Toys enjoyed it. So when CAG is saying I loved uh, was it Rada, right?
Yeah.
She liked the Hut. The Hut was her favorite, and the Enzellans, the Hut and the Enzellans were her takeaway from all this. You know, she's like, I need a T-shirt with Rada on it, and I'm like, okay,
Smelled what the Rada's cooking.
right? You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, okay. So, but again, it's a great movie. Please don't let Neurotic, Critical Drinker, and other lesser known people discourage you. Please have your own frame of mind. Get out
Stuff on
there
your own.
and see it. I can't guarantee that you're going to come away saying, "Oh, okay, that was a great movie." I told you it was good. It's a good popcorn movie. Will I see it again for the third time? Absolutely, absolutely. Um, because I did enjoy it, and I don't go to the movies very often. So when I do go, it's got to be something that I'm really worth putting my money out there for. This was kind of me and my father's thing. He would pick a movie, I would pay. He would buy a bag of popcorn, and me and him would sit there and watch this movie or movies. So hopefully, when my son comes back into town, I can do the same thing with them or my grandsons. But this was one of those movies that you can definitely take your kids to. For me, it was a father or son movie. You know, it
Or
had some.
husband and wife,
Oh yeah, well,
because the ladies were enjoying the Grogu stuff.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, he was definitely a little breakout star. I love watching his little feet move. You know what I mean? But you have to admit, the Enzellans were stealing that show. Those four little guys had me rolling every time I saw them.
They're the worms
God,
from Men in Black in Star Wars.
they got to that ship, and
I
I
ain't
was
gonna
like,
fit in that.
"Oh my God, the Enzellans were so cool." But guys, again, go see the movie, go enjoy it. I think you will have a good time at it. And just remember, even with us, we could be wrong. You could get there and be like, man, this thing sucked. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. To each his own. We hope you at least give it a shot. Um, the previews, I was not impressed with a bunch of previews that I saw. I'm sorry. I think I have superhero fatigue. Um, Supergirl did not look good to me. Spider-Man No Way Home or what Coming Home or whatever it was, I was just kind of like, eh. I just don't see anything that really kind of excites me anymore, and I'm getting kind of worried. And then I saw the trailer for Scary Movie, and I was like, okay, I'm at least I can go in with them and have a good laugh because at this time we all need a good laugh. Rob, is there anything else you want to tell the people before we go?
Go out there and enjoy it for yourself if you got the time and the money.
Also, guys, Rob is our MVP when we go to conventions and stuff. He's also what I like to call a man of 1,000 cosplays. This guy will carry everything in his backpack and, like Superman, make the quick change. Um, I think at the next convention, Rob, we're going to see who can find you like a kind of Where's Waldo thing and maybe give away some prizes. Um, Again, a lot of new stuff is coming down the pike. We always team up with Imperial Renegades and we do something. We always do something big. Capes and Cases normally handles everything. So stay on the lookout for that. We will be at the Blackbeard Pirate Festival, walking around. You can find us. Marky Mark, excuse me, and Vonda will be carrying shields. I'll have some throwing axes with me. It's going to be a grand time. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Oh, it's Jim. Oh! Jim says he's got some prizes for us. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, guys, go out, enjoy your day, and don't forget, if you're looking for that little special something, come to 3101 Virginia Beach Boulevard, Suite 114. I'm always there, 11 to 7, Monday through Friday, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from 12 to 5. Legos, Star Wars. Star Wars. We have some new stuff. We got a lot of new Lego and a lot of new Transformers. So come on in, check that out. And of course, stop by, say hi, watch some TV, watch some cartoons with me. Again, Yes Sir Toys has been our #1 supporter for as long. Jim, I love that place. For as long as I can remember, he's welcomed me into his Yes Sir Toys family. Again, great place, great prices. Come see us. Come say hi to Jim when you can find him, or say hi to Rashad. We're always there. Rashad is our GI Joe guy, but Star Wars. We have a lot of Star Wars stuff there. I need the Star Wars sales, guys. Jim is trying to downsize my section. So with that being said, enjoy your evening, and I will see you tomorrow.